Happy Labor Day. Just because I'm resting from my labors today does not mean I'm taking a break from saving money, but that doesn't mean that we can't do it the fun way. Welcome to Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and this channel is all about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. So if any of those sound like something that you vibe with, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below, because I'd love to hear from you. It's game night tonight, so we are going to do what we usually do, which is get into the game night binder, and we'll start with Loteria, as is the tradition. This week we're on Millennial Loteria, so I have everything all set up here. Here's our card for the week and the chips, and I will shuffle the cards and start dealing. One more shuffle, and then a cut, and then let's see how we do here. Okay, so first up we've got El Uber, and I don't see that on the card. Then El Global Warming, nope. El Twitter, no. El DJ, no. El Gentrification, no. La Karen, we do have her, right down there. El Participation Trophy, no. El Hipster, no. Las Bitcoins, no. El Boomer, no. La Flower Crown, no. Oh, we do have Las Bitcoins, right there. El Gluten, no. La Thigh Gap, no. El Sushi, we do have. El Healing Crystal, no. El Prime, we do, right there. La Selfie, nope. La Border Wall, no. El Yoga, we do have. So now El Vegan will give us a Loteria diagonally. El Gender Reveal, no. La Feminist, no. And there's El Vegan. So we've got our Loteria. So we're going to save $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 this week for Loteria. So not too much. But we didn't get through 80% of the deck like we have sometimes in the past. So I'm just going to give these one quick shuffle. Set them aside. I will clear the board. Okay, set those aside. We'll put the card away. And then we'll take out $6 and put that into Loteria. So we'll remove the clip, and I will do a count and condense at the end of the video like I do always. Up next is Sussed. And this is a would you rather type game, and I always answer two questions. $2 for option A, $3 for option B, and $5 for option C. And I need a Sharpie for this. There we go. Okay, so the first question is, which do I prefer to do? A, listen to music, B, sing along to music, or C, dance to music? I do dance to music when I'm by myself, but mostly I'm going to be singing along, especially if it's a song where I know all the words. So that gets a check, and that'll be $3. So let me take that out, and we'll do one more here. If I was an actor, would I read my reviews? A, yes, B, no, C, only the good ones. No, I would read my reviews. Good, bad, or indifferent, I would read them. So that's going to be $2. And the reason why I would read them is, I'm just going to swap this here for a 5. The reason I would read them is because I am always, I've always been the type who is receptive to criticism. I think usually criticism is well-intentioned, not always, but I like to assume that people have their best intentions when they offer a criticism. So if there's something that I can do better and somebody else sees it, I want them to tell me. Okay, so that's it for Sussed. So let's move on to the name game. And this is a relatively new one. And this is where I'm trying to guess the name of a famous person. So I need a cover here. I'll take out a card. I'm probably going to do 2 of these because that's what I did last week, so I'll leave the box open. Okay, so I'm going to slide this underneath, flip, and then we'll see how many guesses it takes to get the right answer. So clue number 1 is iRobot. Okay, who was in iRobot? Was that Will Smith? I'm going to say Will Smith is my first guess, and we'll see if I have to change that guess here. I Am Legend. Okay, pretty sure it's Will Smith. Fresh Prince of... Yeah, it's Will Smith, right? Okay, yep, Will Smith. So I got that on the first clue, so that's $1. So I will definitely do a second one. Let me get the box back here. We'll put this one in the back. Yep. Take out another one. Okay. We'll slide it under, or slide this over. Let's see, how do I do this? Slide this under, then flip. Okay, there we go. Oop, I didn't see any of those, I promise. All right. So first clue is Rush Hour. So who was in Rush Hour? That was Jackie Chan and Chris Rock, right? So it's one of those two. I'm going to say it's Jackie Chan, but let's see. Hong Kong, yep, it's Jackie Chan. Chris Tucker, oh, Chris Tucker was in Rush Hour, right? Okay. Kung Fu, stunts, yep, it's Jackie Chan. Okay, so again on the first guess. So since I'm running hot, I am going to go for the trifecta, or the hat trick, and I am going to do one more. So get the box back out, we'll put this one away, get out another one. We'll just flip. And let's see how we do here. Okay, hero. Well, that could be anything. See, Mariah Carey had a song called Hero, so I'm going to say Mariah Carey. Stubble, okay. Not Mariah Carey. A hero with stubble. Maybe Batman? Transporter Trilogy. Oh, goodness. Oh, who was that? Jason Statham? Action films, yeah. Cockney accent. It is Jason Statham. Okay, so I got that on the third try, so I'm going to put the 2 back and grab out a 5. And I think I will stop there, because that's 3, and we've got other games to play, so let me get out the binder here. That was pretty good for this week. Put this one in the back. And I got this at a thrift store that I paid $3 for, so a bargain for sure. All right, so $5 going into the name game. Next, we'll move on to Dicetropolis, and I will look through the cards and see which one we haven't done in a while, and we'll do that one. So, let's see here. Yep. So I know we've done Knockout and Dropout recently. We did Poker recently. I'm not sure how long it's been since we did Tetra. Let's do 21. I want to look through the back here real quick. Ooh, we could do Ouch. You know what? Since the first 2 games didn't produce much in the way of savings, I'm gonna risk it with playing Ouch. So let me just grab out a dry erase marker here. And in Ouch, the object is to avoid rolling a 7 and get all the way across. If you get all the way across, you save $6, 1 for each safe roll. If you roll a 7, you're caught and you save $20. So let me get out a dice tower here. Okay. And I need a couple D6, so I'm just going to use the ones from Dicequarium. And let's see how we do. Okay, so 9, so we're safe here. So I just count hash marks. Okay. 8, we're still good. 9, still good, still alive. And 7. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so that's going to be $20. And that is all I'm going to do for today on Ouch, because that's going to be a lot for one game. So let me clear this off. And I will put these back. and save $20 in Dicetropolis. If $20 is too rich for your blood, save a different amount. Dicetropolis is available on my Etsy shop, and it's available as both a print and chip on those glossy cards that you can use a dry erase marker on, or it is available now as digital. So let's do Dicetropolis 2. And do I want to do add them up? It's either add them up or countdown that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do countdown this week. Okay. So in countdown, and this will require D4 dice, which I have handy here. In countdown, you're rolling 2 D4 dice, and then you use those numbers to form a 2-digit number and subtract that from 100. And you keep subtracting until you cannot subtract anymore, and then that is the amount that you save. If that, or well, you add the 2 digits together and then you save that amount. So I will roll through it, and then that will hopefully make sense. So let's see here. Okay, so first we got a 2 and a 3, so I'm going to make that 32. Oops. And you don't write in the number, you subtract it from 100. So 100 minus 32 is 68. Okay. Roll number 2. We have another 3 and a 2. So I'm going to subtract 32 again, so that leaves 36. Roll 3. Didn't roll. One more time. Come on, you. Okay, a 1 and a 4. I can't subtract 41, so I'm going to subtract 14, and that leaves us with 22. Okay, roll them again, and we got a 2 and a 3. I can't subtract 32, and I can't subtract 23, so we're done here. I'm going to add the 2 and the 2 and save $4. And let's play one more time. Okay, so we got a 4 and a 3. So I'm going to subtract 43, and that'll be 57. A 2 and a 3, so I'm going to subtract 32, and that'll leave us with 25. A 2 and a 1, so I'm going to subtract 21, and that leaves us with 4. And we cannot make any number because we're down to single digits, so that is what we save. So we're going to save $4 here. So that's going to be $8 going into countdown, and I will stop there. Put these dice away. D4, because the edges are not rounded, they tend not to roll as well as other types of dice. So, okay, so I'll put that away for just a sec here, but not on top of my binder because I need the binder. And I'm going to save $8. And that will be going into Dicetropolis 2. Okay. All right, up next is Dicequarium, so let me clear this off. And put that back here. We'll take out the Dicequarium cards and see which one we're going to play this week. Dicequarium, and well, Dicetropolis 2 and Dicequarium are also now available in digital on my Etsy shop. So Swim Lanes we did recently, Shark Attack, Sunken Treasure. I think Sunken Treasure we did last time. Let's do the Race and Crustaceans. Okay. So we need all 3 D6 dice. So I will get out the little blue dice, or the little aqua dice, and the dice tower. And in Race and Crustaceans, sorry about that, we're going to roll 3 D6 dice and record the numbers in the boxes for that game. If all 3 dice, you know what? We did this last week, I think. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to switch. We'll do Go Fish. I think we did this recently, but it's okay. So we're going to roll 1 D6 die and record the number at the top of the card, and this is now the IT number. Okay, so our IT number is 3. Now we're going to roll 3 D6 dice, and we're going to set aside any that match the IT number. Re-roll any remaining dice up to 2 more times. If After 3 rolls, no dice match the it number, save $5. If 1 die matches the it number, save the value of that die. If 2 dice match the it number, save the value of both dice. And if all 3 dice match the it number, save the value of all 3 dice. Okay, so we're going to roll all 3 dice. And we've got, well, that's kind of leaning here. So we've got a 1, a 4, and a 1. So we don't have any 3s, so we're going to re-roll all 3. That didn't roll. So we've got 2 2s and a 1, so still nothing. And the last roll, a 6, a 2, and a 4. So nothing matched the it number, so we will save $5. Let's do it again. Okay. This dice tower just doesn't want to cooperate here. There's a lip down here that things keep getting stuck. There we go. So 2 2s and a 1. Okay, so nothing so far. A 3, a 5, and a 1. So we've got 1. And then a 6 and a 5. So we've got a 3, a 6, and a 5. So we matched it once, so we're going to save $3 because we've got 1, 3. So that's going to be $8 going into Dicequarium. So that is where I'm going to stop for this week. I will clear off the card and save the $8. $8 is kind of becoming a theme. 5, 7, 8. Put these away. Okay, Fruit Machine is up next, so I'll get out the special dice for that and we'll roll some slots. Okay, we're back with Fruit Machine. And Fruit Machine is available on my Etsy shop, and it comes with 2 dashboards that have the rules and the save amounts on the reverse, and 3 custom dice. So you either can use the standard rules or you can make up your own. When I play it, I always use the standard rules, so I am just going to cover this other one with the standard rules, and they have Fruit Machine on the back. They're both identical on the back. So let's give it a roll and let's see how we do. And I'm not putting them in the dice tower because that hasn't been handy for me. Okay, so 2 diamonds and a lemon. So I'm going to roll for the 3 diamonds. Go for the gusto. Another lemon. Another lemon. Last roll. And another lemon. Well, apparently I should have gone for the lemons. Okay, so I got Bupkis here. So all other rolls save $1. So I'm going to save a $1. And now I'll do them all again for another game. So we've got a cherry, a diamond, and a watermelon, and I am going to go for the cherries. A plum and a cherry, so I will take the cherry. Orange, last roll, plum. Okay, so I've got 2 cherries and a plum. So 2 cherries plus any other symbol is $3. So I will save $3. One more game, and I'll put them in the tower. What the heck? We'll chance it here. Yeah, that didn't want to roll. I thought I was doing right by myself with this dice tower, but it's been a pain in the butt. All right, watermelon, orange, and diamond. So I'm going to go for the watermelons because those are a pretty good amount. Cherry and lemon. 2 lemons, so I am going to keep the lemons and roll the watermelon and hope I can get that 3rd lemon. And I got a cherry. Okay, so cherry plus any 2 other symbols is $2. And that, I think, is where I'm going to stop for the week. So let's condense this a little bit. So I've got $6 here, so I'm going to put back 2 2s and a 1 and take out a 5. And that will be $6 going into Fruit Machine for the week. Put these away. And I'll flip this over. All right. So here we go with Fruit Machine with our $6 and the dashboards. Okay, up next is going to be Quicks. This is a game that I adapted. It's commercially available, but you don't necessarily have to buy it. You can do this with just dice, and a blank sheet of paper. So let me get out the Quicks dice. We are on the green row. Get some more light. So I need the 2 whites and the green. Come on, white. There we go. And I'll take out the blue just in case we decide to do the blue row as well. All right, but for now, we'll start with this. And I need a pen to keep score at the end, and a marker. We'll use this one to mark off the numbers. All right, so let's give it a roll and see how we do. All right, a 3, and a 2. So we've got 5 and we've got 6. I'm going to take both of those. Okay, roll them again. 6, 4, and 2. So we've got 6, 8, and 10. I'll take the 10. I'm going to leave the 8 for now. 5, 5, and 1. So we have 6 and we have 10. So we're out. Well, that was a quick game and quite an expensive one. So 12 plus 11 is 23, plus 7 is 30, 39, 47. Wait a minute. I can't pull numbers from here. That's going to confuse me. So 23, 32, 40, 47, 56. 56, and 5 plus 6 is 11. So I'm not going to do the blue roll because 11 is about the max of what I like to save in this game, but I will save the $11. So we'll have one more. Yeah, the back's already done. So we'll have one more game to play next week before I have to get a new score sheet. Move this out of the way. Take the $11 and the scorecard. Cram that back in there. Okay, up next is going to be Tucano. So let me clean up all of these markers that I've taken out. Bear with me one moment. And put the Quicks dice away. And grab out the Tucano cards. So this is another one that's relatively new. I kind of explain it each time just because it's not a common game in the United States. I'm pretty sure this was made in Europe. And the way that this works is that all of these cards have numbers on them according to what position they're in. So I deal out 6 cards and then I save according to what it tells me. And it'll make more sense once I deal the cards out. But let me give it a couple more shuffles here. And a cut, and then I will start dealing. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh dear, and 6. All right, so we didn't get any toucans this week, so let's see what we can do here. So this one has only 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's in the 6th position, so that's not going to count for anything. So everything else will have to add up. So here we've got 1, because it's position number 1. Here it's even and odd. That's how I've decided I'm doing it. So even is on the left, odd is on the right. This is in position number 2, which is even, so this is another 1. And this one is in position 3, which is odd, so that's on the right, so that's 2. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 2, or $4 for the top row. Oh goodness, you couldn't see any of that. Well, let me move everything over. I apologize. I wasn't looking to see what was in frame. My camera got scooted over, so things are a little further to the right than I'm used to. So I will play this again and deal them out properly so that everything stays in frame. All right. So as I was saying, position number 1, 1. On the left for even, 1. On the right for odd, 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 2, so $4 for the top row. For the bottom row, this is even because it's position number 4, so we're minus 1. Position number 5 is a whopping 15, so we're at 14, and then this one doesn't count because, again, it doesn't have anything in the 5th or the 6th position, and it's in position 6. So we've got 14 plus 4 is 18, but I'm going to add the 1 and the 8 and save $9. So we'll do 5, 7, and 9. I'll set this over here, and I will deal one more game. And I will make sure that everything is in the proper centration this week. So hopefully none of the other games are out of center. If so, I apologize. I will make sure that I watch for that next time. So let's shuffle and deal again. 1. I'm just going to shuffle twice and then cut. All right. So here we go. In frame. 1. Oh, we've got a toucan. We got another toucan. So I'm just going to leave those there for now, and we'll settle up at the end. 3. 4, another toucan. 5. Oh dear, it's that same thing in the same position. And 6. Oh dear. All right, so let's handle the toucans first. So I need to get out the rules because we've got all 3 of them. And these are different from the standard rules. These are just rules that I wrote myself when I decided to adapt this into a savings challenge game. All right, so the toucan with the gift gets 1 extra card. So let's deal 2 cards for position number 2. Okay. So we'll put those there. That's done. The toucan with the backward thing on it, remove the last card. So that would be the one in position 3. So that's done. Toucan with the mask, swap the first and last cards. So I need to deal another card here and swap this first and last. All right. So there we go. So this one doesn't have anything in for position 6. This was the same one we had on the last game. So I'm going to turn that over. And so the bottom row is going to be 15 because that's all that we have here. These 2 are done. So, and this is position number 5, so that's 15. Then we have 1 plus 2 plus 1. So we're at 1 plus 2 plus 1, so we're at 4. So 4 plus 15 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. So another $10. So Tucano this week sucked up 10, 15, 17, $19. Goodness. Okay. Well, that was quite a lot. But that's the way it goes sometimes. And if I'd done them in center, I probably wouldn't have played that second game. But I wanted to make sure that I did it right. So, okay. So Tucano goes away. Set that over here. And I'm no longer holding myself to the $100 limit that I was previously. Now, if I go over the $100, it just is what it is. I'll save more money. I was limiting myself to the $100 because I was contributing to my Roth IRA. But now that's fully funded, my next goal, which is the big move, and I talk about that in my budgeting videos if you haven't seen it yet, or if you're new, that is a much bigger goal. I need more money, and there's no cap on it. My Roth IRA, I can only put in $7,000 a year. The big move, I need $15,000, and I need it as soon as I can. So I'm not holding myself to the $100 limit anymore. All right, Dicefecta is next. And I think this week we're going to do D8 Dicefecta, just because we did D12 last week. I could do D6. I don't think I've done D6 in a while. Let's do D6. Let's do the A card on D6, and let's see how it goes. If it's not too terrible, I'll do 2 games. So let me get out the Dicefecta dice. This is another one that's available on my Etsy shop and just went available in digital. If you buy the digital version, you will not only need to print out your own cards, you'll need to supply your own dice. If you buy the printed version from me, which again is on glossy stock where you can use a dry erase marker and wipe it right off, then you have the option of purchasing the dice from me as well. You will need 1d6, 1d8, 1d10, and 1d12. These happen to match the colors of the cards, so we've got the blue d6 for the d6. All right, so I'm not going to use... Should I use the dice tower? Yeah, I'll try that dice tower again. Why not? Just 1 sec to find it. What did I do with it? There it is. It slid off the top of the binders where I put it. It's hiding because it knows it did wrong. All right, let's get to rolling and let's see how we do with Dicefecta. And if you haven't seen this before, as I roll through it and start crossing off numbers, it'll become clear how Dicefecta is played. Okay, so we're starting off with 6. So we can cross those off. And then we've got, what, 4? Yep, 4. Okay, so we'll cross those off. So already a 5 will give us the dicefecta. Got a 3. Okay. Next roll. 3 again, we already have that. 4 again, we already have that. 5. All right, dicefecta. So this is our dicefecta. Now, if I save according to the high budget way, I'm going to save $15. 6 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. The medium budget way is $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, one for every number that we've crossed off. The low budget way is $5, which is the last die that or the last number we rolled when we got the dicefecta. And that is what I'm going to save this week, just because the cash is dwindling. So I will take out $5, and we'll call that good on dicefecta. And I will clean this off. And put the dicefecta card back. Cap the marker. I think we're done with, well, we're maybe not done with dice. We'll see. In fact, I know we're not done with dice. I've got a couple more games that need dice. All right, so $5 going into dicefecta. Up next is going to be the 12 Days of Christmas, so let me get those out. 1 through 12, and I will get out the D12 die. I'll use the dicefecta one, because that's going to be the one that's handy here. Okay. And I need the scratch tool. So let's give this a roll. Number 4. I don't know if we have anything left on number 4. We don't. We finished that one. Okay. Number 7. That is the 7 Swans of Swimming, and we have lots to do on this one. So we've got 5 spots left. I'm just going to roll the D12 again. Why not? Oops. Come on, D12. Cooperate. And number 1. So we're going to go right here. And that will be $9, because of course I would get a high one. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit while I'm here. I had been using a coin previously, and that just doesn't scratch as cleanly as these regular scratchers do. So every time I come to a card where I've made ugly scratches, I try to clean it up. So let's vacuum up the shavings. And I will take out $9 if I even have it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. So 8 and 9. So I'm already plus 2. Get out the binder here. Back to the 12 Days of Christmas. Okay, and all of that goes in along with the dashboard. Now we'll do the 12 face cards. So it's going to be plus 2 plus whatever comes up with this game. And the 12 face cards is also available on my Etsy shop, as is the 12 Days of Christmas. You have all of the 12 face cards that are in a standard deck of playing cards. I deal a deck of cards, well, I shuffle them and then deal them. And whatever face card I come to first, that is the card that I do. On the back, they tell you a little bit about what that card represents, or who that person on the card is supposed to be. Okay. And these are really hard to shuffle. This is not the deck I was originally using, but that deck went kerplunk, so this is now what I'm stuck with. All right. Shuffled and cut, so let's see which one we're doing. Oh, Jack of Clubs right off the bat. Okay. So let's go all the way to the back here. These are in bridge order, so the clubs is the last suit. This is Sir Lancelot. So on the back, it'll tell you a bit about Sir Lancelot. But now on the front, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left to do. So I'm just going to roll the D12 again because it's handy. Come on. And we got number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go right here. Oh dear. $10. Okay. So I'm 12 over, so I'm going to be saving $112 for this week for game night. I will clean that off. Put these back here, and I will grab a 10 out of my stack of reserves somewhere. There we go. One $10 bill. Well, one $10 placeholder bill. So let's go into the 12 face cards. I will put this in here, and then I will take a break, and I'll come back, and we will condense and consolidate all of these envelopes to make them skinny again, because the binder got thick tonight. So stay tuned for that. I'll be right back, and we'll do that condensing. Okay, I'm back, and I am ready to condense. So let's get this going here. We'll start in envelope number 1, which is Millennial Loteria, or Loteria in general, because I will play the regular version next week. Inside, we have 100, 200, 50, 70, 80, 5, 90, 92, 94, 95. All right, so let's take... Yep, we're going to take a 10, a 5, 2 2s, and a 1, and we will take out another 20. Okay, so next week we should be able to get another $100 placeholder, and that is exciting. And I'm going to leave this money in here until the end of the year. Next year I'll start over. All right, inside Sust, we have 100, 10, 15, 17, 19, so nothing we can do there. $119 isn't too bad for just stating your preferences. The name game has 25, 30, so we can take those 2 5s for a 10. Dicetropolis has 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 50, 60, 62, 63. So I'll take 2 20s and a 10 and swap those for a 50. Okay. Dicetropolis 2 has 50, 70, 75, 77, 79, 81. So we'll keep the 1. We'll put back the 5, the 2s, and the 1, the other 1, for a 10. So we're still at 81. Okay. Dice Aquarium has 20, 30, 5, 40, 42, 44, 45, 46. So I'll keep the 1 and a 5. And this should be 20. 10, 15, 17, 19, 20 it is. 15, 17, 19, and 20. Take out another 20. And if I seem to be racing through this, I've got a Costco delivery coming from Instacart. And he's on his way, so... All right, Fruit Machine has inside of it 50, 561. So we'll take back 2 5s and put in a 10. Fruit Machine is one of those games that I could just play over and over and over again. Okay, then Quicks. So we'll put that aside. We have 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 50, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to swap these 2 1s for a 2. And then the 2 20s and a 10 for a 50. Okay. So still 354. And the scorecard. Up next is Tucano, and this one got a whole bunch of money this week, so this should be a big condensing here. Let's see. 50, 60, 5, 75, 82, 4. Okay, so I'm going to take all these 5s back and put in a 20. So not as condensed as, or not as many bills pulled out as I might have liked, but that's okay. Whoops. Okay, Dicefecta has 100, 25, 27, 29, 31. So I'll take back a 5, 2 2s, and a 1 for a 10. The 12 Days of Christmas has 100, 200, 20, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. So I'm going to take back the 10, the 2, and all these ones, and put in another 20. So we're almost halfway through, because the 12 Days of Christmas is a $500 savings challenge. And then the 12 face cards, which saves a couple $1,000, so I'm very far away from getting done. 100, 200, 50, 60, 5, 66. So nothing we can do there. All right, so that is it for the condensing, and that is it for Monday Night Game Night, or Ready Budget Game. So thank you so much for watching, and for watching through to the end. I do appreciate it so much. On Wednesday, I will be back doing the Savings Challenge book, The Life of a Creator. I'm also starting my new Savings Challenge book, which is, let me grab it here, Happy Hallowealth. So we'll be doing this game, or this book, next week, or rather on Wednesday. And so I'm trying to get this done probably by Halloween or soon after. And this game, or this book rather, saves about $1,000. So that'll be on Wednesday, along with The Life of a Creator and the Paint by Sticker challenges and my story time for how I got into budgeting and sort of my life history as it relates to money and spending and credit and all of those fun things. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below so that I know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until I see you in the next one, take care.